Okay. Hi, Serena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Lacey, you with us now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm going to give a minutes for people to get in. Serena is, would you, have you got Caitlin's number that you can text her?
I do, yeah.
Would you text, because she told me she was going to be about 15 minutes late. Would you text her to contact you if she was trying to get in and I'm not letting her in because if I'm screen sharing, I don't see the notification that somebody's waiting.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks. Hi, Audrey. How you doing?
I am good.
Good. We're going to give a few minutes for other people to come in. I literally just got off another meeting, so no decisions yet about online or face-to-face or whatever for fall.
Yeah, it's crazy situation.
It is. Well, I hope we do face-to-face, but I'm hearing that it may be both, that there may be some face-to-face, some may be, online, some may be hybrid, who knows? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean for next semester?
Yeah, fall. Everything summer is
That's
online. I'm hoping everybody will be back, personally.
Yeah.
Wait, I
me
missed
too.
it. What are you talking about?
Oh, I was just saying I came from another meeting and there's no real word about how fall will be handled, And what I heard was, well, there may be some courses will be offered online, some will be face-to-face, some may be hybrid. We don't know yet. So hopefully everybody will get back on campus. No, I don't see anybody else coming on just yet. So we're about 5 minutes into it. So let me, and also Serena, if we are done really fast, would you let Caitlin know? But the meeting's being recorded, so I'll upload it to my YouTube channel so she can still watch it. She won't be able to ask a question, obviously, but so what are the questions? What do we got? I would say read what I put on that study guide. You all want me to bring that up? And
I have.
So,
Okay.
I have a question.
Sorry.
that's okay. Go ahead. Then
We all went at the same time.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Okay,
right now. Go ahead.
Whenever you have like what defines, like you said, like what defines like legal blindness and stuff, does that just mean like the characteristics, like what you look for?
No, the visual acuity. Legal blindness is defined by a number. Like, I don't know if you recall, I mentioned like legal blindness is 2200 in the best eye with the best possible correction. That means you have to be at 20 feet to see what a typically sighted person could see at 200 feet. That's how legal blindness is defined. Educational blindness is more like characteristics. So whether or not a person can use printed material would be a big factor in whether, from an educational viewpoint, even if the person has vision, if they can't use printed materials, then basically you have to treat them as if they're blind. because you have to make all those
Yeah.
accommodations, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Legal definitions of blindness and low vision are both related to your visual acuity. That's why they're really called legal definitions.
Is it like the 20 and 200 and then 20, 70 and 2200 for low vision? Okay.
Yes, that's exactly.
Because that's what I have.
In your best eye with the best possible correction. Meaning even with corrective lenses, your eyes are that bad. Good questions. Anything else? Is that it?
This one, it was kind of all over the place. Which medical condition causes many young children to have fluctuating hearing loss?
You got access to the text?
I have like the draft that you sent me, but I was trying to look
It
and
would be in there. It's middle ear infections. And the name for it is, I know I mentioned this, it's spelled otitis, and then a new word spelled just like media. And what that is, it's just Latin for middle ear infection, that's all. Lots of young kids have, because all your tubes and sinuses and everything are not fully grown and developed, they're more susceptible to middle ear infections. And that causes them to have, they might have a hearing loss for a while and they take some antibiotics and it clears up. And that's why some people when they're young get tubes in their ears. Next question.
Can we just do kind of like an overview of the study guide?
Sure. Let me pull it up on Sakai, and then I'll share the screen with you. Would have had this done, but that other meeting went right till 12. Okay, I think under announcements, there we go. All righty. Now let me see if I can share it with you. Okay, you see the guide now? So talked about what defines legal blindness and low vision. That's all about visual acuity. From an educational viewpoint, it comes down to, can the person use printed materials, or are they going to need accommodations for learning primarily through their hearing and, you know, touch and other senses? The refractive errors, they're in the book for sure, but they're hyperopia, farsightedness, myopia, nearsightedness, and astigmatism. And they're called refractive because the issue lies within the lens and all of that in your eye that has to do with focusing what you see on your retina. So things aren't being focused just right. Whereas ocular motility has to do more with the movements of your eyes. So there's one where you get jerky movements, and there's then where your eyes can be misaligned, and then amblyopia, which is lazy eye. Okay, Tommy Edison, just watched the video. I don't think I need to go over that one. He explains it pretty well. Expanded core curriculum, there's a video on that. And in that video is also orientation and mobility skills. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions about that part before I move on to deafness? Okie dokie. Well, notice here that I don't say anything about legal definitions of deafness. So I'm not asking people to know like at what decibel loss and so on that you defines legal deafness. It's more the educational characteristics. And of course, from an educational viewpoint, if you're deaf, then you're not going to be learning through your hearing. Conductive hearing losses, that's your outer ear and middle ear. Sensory neural has to do with your cochlea and auditory nerve. And mixed is both. You could have conductive in one ear, sensory neural in the other ear, or a combination of the two in one ear.
Can we go back to the parts of the ear that are associated with sensory neural? I had that one wrong.
That's your cochlea and your auditory nerve. What did you have?
Did description cause it?
It was what?
I did. What causes like sensory neural?
Well, the sensory neural, the parts that are associated are that essentially your inner ear and your auditory nerve. The conductive starts with your outer ear, ear canal, tympanic membrane, and then those three little bones, the incus, the malleus, and the stapes, that because they're conductive, because it's all vibrations, sound waves makes your tympanic membrane vibrate, and that in turn makes those tiny bones vibrate, and they stimulate the cochlea, and your auditory nerve takes the information from the cochlea to your brain. It's probably not the most scientific explanation, but it's as far as I know. Deaf versus deaf, that's in the book, and also the video is in there. You know what ASL is, right? If not, look that one up. I talked about the medical condition. It's in the videos what U.S. University is dedicated to using ASL. Cochlea implant is in the video of the lady talking to the children. She has a cochlea implant. She shows it to them and kind of explains to them what it does for her. It's different than a hearing aid. Hearing aids go in the ear. The cochlear implant actually is, planted in your skull. And the whole thing about inclusive has to do with whether or not if a student's not able to communicate orally, do they want to do all their communication through an interpreter, or would they rather be with other people that can use sign language? That makes sense? Okay. Any specific questions? Because you got some pretty darn good hints in this brief review, I'll tell you that. And I would know. Okay, I'll stop the sharing of the screen for right now. Any other specific questions? It's going to be,
I,
go ahead.
I think that was pretty good.
Okay, it's 16 items, 2 points apiece. Maybe it's 18. I can't remember now, but anyway, it's like 50 minutes. I think it's 16 because I gave 50 minutes, which is more than little more than 3 minutes a question, which is generally enough for people. Anything else? I still don't see Caitlin up there. Well, is everybody well? I mean, everybody healthy?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going crazy?
Yep.
Me too. That's why I hope we get back to campus. I am
Yeah.
ready to have somewhere to go besides. I have watched so much television. I think my eyes are about to bug out. Not much to do. I may even be going out doing yard work, and you know I'm bored if I go do yard work, Lord.
Yeah, I was gonna say the weather hasn't even been that great either to even go
No.
outside.
No, it hasn't been. Got to go out there and dig some weeds and maybe plant some flowers, I guess, something just to get outside. Well, everybody's okay. That's good. Audrey, have you heard anything from your coach about basketball?
The main thing that we've been doing, I mean, we Zoom pretty much every day and we do like team workouts and stuff
Oh,
through
good.
Zoom. And it sounds like our team shootouts over the summer that they're probably going to get canceled. So, but other than that, we don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it seems like I don't think they've made an official announcement, but I'm going to guess even summer 2 classes are probably going to be online. And it makes sense. I mean, just, give it as much time as you can to maybe find a vaccine and things to tamp down a little bit before bringing everybody back together. But I hope we get back together anyway. Let me ask you a question while I got here. Are you hearing, or are you yourselves, is it making you contemplate whether or not you would return to West Liberty if there was not face-to-face classes?
I would still return.
Would you?
Mm.
Audrey, how
Yeah,
about you? Because you're on
I
scholarship,
would.
right? And
Yeah.
how about you, Lacey?
I mean, I don't really know where else I would go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just something that's I've been reading a little bit about and hearing a little bit about, not specific to West Liberty, just I think it's affecting some of the more expensive universities where people are going, I don't want to spend $35,000 a year in tuition to take online classes, which I can understand. Okay.
Yeah, I think one of the girls in our like group chat for Accra sent a thing about Urbana. They're shutting down. They don't
Yeah.
have enough like support anymore.
Yeah. I read.
It's all the private schools.
I tell you, in the last meeting I had earlier in the week, just faculty, just general, nobody knows anything, but I brought up, I'll be surprised if Wheeling University and maybe even Bethany make it through this. It's tough for those small private colleges. They just don't have a large.
Bethany was already having a really tough time.
Yeah, they really were already. So anyway, well, let's hope that something good happens soon and we can get back to a little bit more normal life. All
Who
righty.
knows?
Well, Serena, if you don't mind texting Caitlin Wallace and letting her know, we're going to go ahead and end the meeting if nobody has any other questions.
That works.
Okay, and I'll text, I'll let her know I'll post it up on the YouTube channel, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody take care, be safe.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Okay, talk to you on next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Do you all want me to leave the meeting open? No, I'm the only one left.